brings us to our very first speaker. His name is Jeff Yang. He is just amazing. I love Jeff. The first time we met Jeff, we went and caught up for a burrito or something. And what captivated me about Jeff is his energy. Just so full of ideas, so much knowledge on something that, to be fair, I don't know a lot about. I get social media, I understand the importance of social media, but LinkedIn always seems to be this little mystery to me. Who are these people that are adding me? Yes, I'll be your connection. Why? I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's just see where we end up. So we're going to get a bit of an insight in the next 2 sessions into the man who knows all about it. All right, so I'm not going to talk anymore because Jeff's just going to run you through a heap of stuff, ask lots of questions when you need to, but really just listen to Jeff, play along. It's going to be good fun. So if you can all please stand up and give a huge round of applause to Jeff Yang.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks very much. Oh. Yes, you can sit down. Now. Wow, what a wonderful audience. So how many of you would like to actually learn how to generate some more leads and sales through social media? Everyone in the room, awesome. How many of you would like to actually create some strategic partnerships to help grow your business without spending too much money on marketing? Everyone, I'm on a roll here. Everyone again. Wow. And how many of you, I heard a lot of people wanting to sort of reinvent themselves and I guess grow their personal brands. Who here would like to be known as the Richard Branson of their industry? Yeah? An expert, a subject matter expert. Wonderful. My name's Jeff Yang, and I'm going to show you how to do all of those things using one social media tool called LinkedIn. Now, before I start, I do have to gauge the experience level in the room, because unfortunately, not everyone can qualify to be what I call a social seller. Okay? So, what I'd like you to do is, if you already have a LinkedIn account, please stand up. You don't have to be active. Oh my God. Have a look around in the room, see how many people are on LinkedIn, okay? Now, please stand, you guys stay standing. Please stand up if you are on any other social media channel, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, you guys stay standing. Now, please stand up if you've heard about, read on the news, or know someone using social media. All right? Give yourselves a round of applause. You all qualify. Take a seat. Take a seat. Thank you. Before I do begin, I just wanted to give a huge thanks out to Stephen Dixon for putting together such a wonderful community of entrepreneurs and business owners. You know, when I met Steve, I could clearly, it was on a phone call, and I could clearly hear his passion for wanting to give back to the community and to his community. One of the things that he was frustrated in was that to get good business education, you had to travel, you know, to Sydney or to other areas that are outside of your region. I love the Gong. Came down here yesterday afternoon. Had a great surf. The weather was wonderful. It was my first time surfing, and I forgot. And a friend of mine who taught me didn't tell me that I had to actually wear. He offered a wetsuit, but he didn't tell me that I had to actually wear the wetsuit. And now my nipples really hurt. Right? How come no one talks about this in surfing? Right? Right? So that's why I'm wearing a black shirt in case there's bleeding or something like that. So, but anyways, I love this area, and Stephen loves this region too. So I really want to thank you, Steve, and let's give Steve a huge round of applause. You know, for providing such wonderful business education here. I also want to acknowledge the other great mentors and speakers that are going to be coming up here and helping you guys today. Can I just say, I don't have to be here. I'm not paid to be here, and I'm certainly not going to sell you anything from the stage, right? How many of you guys have been to those things where run to the back of the room and sign up today, right? Yeah? We've only got 47,000 seats left. That's not me. I'm here because I want to be here. And I'm not here for me, I'm here for you, for each and every one of you. Yeah? So, and same goes for the other mentors. So can we give a huge round of applause for the other mentors that are going to be coming up this weekend as well. But my biggest thank goes to you guys. I mean, I worked in the, I'm probably going to be damaging my personal brand here, but I worked in the automotive industry for many, many years. So yes, I'm a dodgy Asian used car salesman. So, and I had to work weekends and, because you work on commission, right? So if you're not there busting your ass working, greeting customers, you're not making any money. And the biggest traffic days were the weekends. And I know, you guys being here on today, giving up time, valuable time to spend on your business, giving up valuable time that you could be spending doing things that you enjoy, or spending time with people you enjoy. I really, really want to respect your time. So I'm certainly going to give you 110% of everything I've got. I'm going to share with you as much information as I can. And I'm going to tell you this now. Whether you're a social media believer or not, what you're going to learn today is going to transform your thinking. You're going to look at social media a different way, because I'm really pissed off at how social media is portrayed. People say it's all online and online community. No, I'm going to show you how to use social media to foster your offline business, yeah? To show you real measurable ways that you can actually grow your business for free. And also ways that you can meet new people. Who here likes to network? Yeah? Who here believes that forming partnerships with other businesses is a good way to grow your business? Yeah. These happen offline. They don't happen online, people, right? So today, and that's the other thing, I'm not a social media expert. I don't want you, I'm not into this whole online engagement. I don't take pictures of my food. And Asians are the worst at this, okay? There's not that many Asians in the room, so I'm not really offending anyone except you, Justin. Yeah, you know. And you know what I heard the other day? I heard I'm Korean. If those of you that saw my little promo video on Facebook, I'm going to say, I'm a Korean background. So I heard the other day that it was the Koreans that created the selfie. Yeah. My apologies, guys. I'm very sorry for that. But social media has all these distractions. And how many of you feel that you spend a lot of time in social media, but you don't really get much out of it? Yeah? Especially business outcomes, right? Because how do you measure a like? How do you measure a comment? How do you measure a share in terms of real money in your pocket? You can't. But this is what businesses are doing. They're focusing on all these what they call vanity metrics, which is bullcrap. Yeah? It all comes, when you can move that relationship offline, then you can have a meaningful conversation. That's when it happens. For me, that's the true meaning of social media. So, can I share a bit of a story about how someone like me who hated social media, busted ass Asian used car salesman, is now able to speak to you on stage about how to use LinkedIn to grow your business? Would that be okay? Yeah? Thank you. Thank you. So, I'll fast forward past the car sales days, and about 5 years ago, I was lucky enough to get into the field of IT. And I joined a company called eWeb Marketing. Now, does anyone know what SEO is, search engine optimization? Yes, wonderful. Does anyone know what Google AdWords are? Yes. Stuff like that, yeah. So, I was lucky enough to join a company that was one of the first to do SEO, or search engine optimization. We ranked for all of our keywords. We were number one on all the search lists. So a lot of the business that came through were coming through the website. Now, how easy is it when you've got companies beating down your door wanting to do business with you? Is it easy or hard? Easy. Easy. So, when I joined eWeb 5 years ago, it was a lot easier to get rankings on search engines. We were ranking for all of our keywords. We were getting traffic, huge amounts of traffic and quality traffic coming through the door. And you've got to remember that back then, 5 years ago, it was a lot easier to get your website rankings. There wasn't as much competition. And 5 years ago, I would bet that most of you wouldn't have even known what SEO is. Is that right? Yeah? So when I joined eWeb, we had, I had massive amount of success in sales because all the leads were coming in. Then around about 2 years into it, how many of you guys know about Google Maps? Yeah. How many guys now access the internet using your smartphones? Yeah. And obviously we're talking about social media. So all of a sudden, it just wasn't about, getting #1 rankings anymore. It was about having a more well-rounded presence online. And also Google made it a lot more challenging to get onto the front page. How many of you find that? How many of you find that it's a bit difficult, or you don't know quite what it takes to get onto the front page, right? Exactly. Thank you. So what we started finding is we had to invest more time and resources into our clients, meaning costs went up and the results were dropping. We weren't able to produce as many great results as before. So what we decided to do was we decided to go, okay, well, let's target companies that can spend more money. See, at that time, e-web marketing were leaders, but in the small business sector. Yeah. So when we decided to move into the big business space, I with my ego from having such a great time in sales, gone, I will target companies that can spend $1 million with us. Yeah. The big banks, the big Optus, your QB Insurance, your MTVs, these are the companies that I target because they can spend $1 million, and with $1 million, we can do SEO, social media, mobile marketing, email, social media marketing, the whole lot. And we were confident, and I knew we had the skills to do it. So I gave Gary and Josh, who was the CEO and our operating officer at the time, a target of $3 million for the first year, in branching out. Now, I was a social media hater. I was disconnected off Facebook, right? I disconnected myself off Facebook. I never had a Twitter account, and I think my LinkedIn connections at that point was about 26 connections. Who here has more than 26 connections? Okay, you guys are already way ahead of me. Who has less than 26 connections? Catch up. That's all right. So yeah, most of you in the room were in a way better place than I am from a LinkedIn perspective. So I gave a $3 million target. What do you think my first brilliant plan was in terms of getting in front of these big enterprise level clients? Phone calls. No, I didn't believe in social media at this point. Cold calling, yes. Who does cold calling in this room? Wonderful. Who loves it? Thank you. I get enough rejection in my personal life. To get it in my business life was really damaging to me. So, but cold calling, you have so many challenges. Especially in those big companies, they're called gatekeepers. Who knows what a gatekeeper is? Yes. What's a gatekeeper?
Somebody who fields calls and puts you off.
Thank you. Yes, somebody who fields calls, and their role is to block you from getting through to the decision maker. And then there was another time, I'll never forget it. I called up Optus. Now, Optus has 5,000 employees in their offices in North Ryde. And when I called and I said, "Oh, can I speak to the person who's in charge of your website?" They were like, "Oh, in this department, that department, this person, that person, this person," and they rattled off about 12 people. And I just went, "Wrong call," hang up the phone. So the other challenge was, who do you even need to speak to in these organizations? Who are the actual decision makers? That was another challenge. And the third one was, if I actually got through to the right person, like these people are busy people. Who here is busy running their business, right? Who here has 30 minutes to an hour to speak to a person that you don't know over the phone about what they're trying to sell you? Exactly. So that was the other challenge. How do I create interest or convey enough need to someone who's extremely busy and doesn't want to talk to me in the first place? So that went on for almost 6 months, right? So I generated nothing from that exercise. So at that point, Gary and Josh came to me and they said, "Jeff, we love you. You're great energy. You're great for the culture. You're really good looking. But why does everyone laugh when I say that?" But they said, "We're a bit concerned because it's now been almost half a year. You gave us a target of 3 million and you haven't brought in anything. If this continues on, I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. So then I said, guys, it's okay. It's okay. I have another brilliant plan. What do you think that brilliant plan was? No, I wasn't that smart. The answer was social media. I wasn't that smart. SEO we always had, but these larger companies weren't searching. They don't search. They get introduced, or they work with agencies, for their marketing. They don't approach companies through the website. All great guesses, thank you. It was email. It was email marketing, right? You're thinking, how could you go from worse to worse? Email marketing. Now, who here receives spam emails? Yeah. What do we do with them? Delete them, thank you. Yeah. So I'm not going to go too far into it, but that particular avenue went nowhere. And during this time, we spent money on expos and other things that cost a lot of money. To sponsor an event can sometimes cost $20,000 for a stand this big, handing out pamphlets and flyers and things like that. So that pretty much went nowhere. So here we are almost 12 months later, right? I brought on less business than what they were paying me. Okay? That doesn't make economical sense, does it? Yeah? So at this point, Josh and Gary come up to me and they said, Jeff, we love you. You're not that good looking anymore, but I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. And it was at that point where, I let the ego drop. It was at that point where I decided to say, you know what, I'm willing to give anything a go. I don't know what it takes. And my previous results is no reflection on the results that I'm able to generate or should be generating now. So at that point, I decided to consider social media. Yeah. And I begged them for another 3 more months. Yeah. Just another 3 more months to learn and grow and try something different. And Gary was a friend of mine who was the CEO, so he gave me the grace. And I actually approached a competitor of mine. That's how low I was, right? I actually went to a competitor of mine who worked for another online marketing agency, but this competitor was signing on. We used to play in the small business field, but I saw him sort of starting to get companies like Officeworks and Jetstar under his belt. So I decided to approach a competitor. And it was at that point that he sort of showed me, and he was nice enough. We're great friends to this day. There was detest in the very beginning, but we're great friends today. And he showed me how he used LinkedIn. And he created a group on LinkedIn. And through that group, he would invite these heavyweight marketers that worked in these big companies, and he would share information with them. And then as a group owner, he would have this authority, and using that authority, he would say, hey, you, CMO of Westpac Bank, I want to meet you. And that person would be like, okay. And he was able to move that relationship offline into a face-to-face meeting. And that's what helped him to generate the big sales. Now, I paid him out of my own money to mentor me and teach me his system. Unfortunately, the group system didn't work for me because I needed something that could give me some results pretty quickly, considering the fact that my performance was so poor the previous 12 months. So then I started investigating how to connect directly. Not using a group, how to connect directly from my profile to another person's profile, and then move that relationship offline. Yeah. Now, 3 months after engaging Tom, a couple of months after actually, I got up to 500 connections, from 26 to 500 connections, and each one of those 500 connections were my ideal clients. How many of you guys would like to learn how to connect with your ideal customers? Yeah. So that every time you meet with someone, you know that they can afford your service, you know that they're the decision makers, you know that they're the people that you can best help. Yeah. So 500 ideal clients. And then the month after that, I signed on Bing Lee. Who here knows Bing Lee? $2.5 million signed up. Yeah. And then you nearly hit the 3, yes, thank you. But then through LinkedIn, I was able to generate about an average of about $1 million a quarter, just using one channel. Now, I'm not saying LinkedIn has to be the one and only channel for you. It is one of many, okay? And we'll talk more about this. But this is why I'm such a believer in it. Because it's changed. How many of you would like to learn how to generate $1 million worth of revenue through social media? And you know what the best thing about it was? It was free. I'm a cheap Asian. I love that word. It's my favorite F word. Free. Yeah? How many of you like free? Yeah? You love free? Thank you. Thank you. Turn to the person next to you and say, I love free. Awesome. So how many of you would like to learn how to grow your brand and generate business for free? Yeah? Excellent. Thank you. All right. So, yes.
Does that mean that, you know how LinkedIn often asks you to pay to up your profile or whatever, you don't do that?
Upgrades? No, no, you don't. Going through what I'm going to share with you today, I will let you know if there's any features that you need to pay for, but predominantly, I want to show you how to do this for free. Yeah? Because I'm a believer that you shouldn't spend money on this unless you're actually committed and prepared to use it. Yeah? And I would recommend that you use it. There's going to be a bit of a challenge that I put out to you guys, that you actually use it. And you know, when you're generating some meetings and some business from it, then spend money on it. Yeah? Now, there was one gentleman in the room that, or who did not have a LinkedIn profile? One gentleman. Yeah? Two? Is that two? Three? Two? Bit away now, two, three, bit away, three. Okay, two. So you guys will need to pay because LinkedIn have changed the rules, and you know before they would let you, I'll go through it more in more detail, but you guys won't be able to send any customized messages to anyone unless you upgrade your account. So for those of you that got in early, you guys are fine. For those of you that have not, yes, you will need to upgrade. But I think the cheapest plan is only like $15 a month. Yeah.
When did it change?
Probably towards the end of last year. I don't know the exact date. Probably like November or December last year. Yeah, I think they sort of changed it. So any new accounts, you have to upgrade if you want to send someone a personalized message. Yeah, cool. Now, are you ready to go? Yep. Excellent. So I'm going to be covering a lot of information today, and I want to make sure that each and every one of you get the most out of it. Would that be okay? Yeah. So how many of you guys would like to retain as much information as possible today? Excellent, thank you. How many of you would like to actually take this information away and use it tonight and help grow your business tonight? Wonderful, fantastic. Well, I'm going to use a concept called accelerated learning. How many of you have heard the concept accelerated learning? Oh, wonderful. Would you like to share?
I've heard of it through my son's school.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, wonderful. Who else had their hand up? Come on. Colors. Yes. Yes, thank you. Colors is one thing. Pictures. Yeah, essentially it's those things definitely. If you think about learning as a cone, does anyone here know the retention rate of just auditory learning? So if I just sat here, 20%, wonderful, thank you. It's actually a lot less than that. 7%. Thank you, though. That was a great guess. 7% is the retention rate if I just sat here and went, hi, guys, my name's Jeff. I'm going to blow your minds with what you can do with LinkedIn today. Right? How many of you would learn a lot from that? Right? Not much, yeah? How many of you have been to seminars where people talk like that? Okay, 7%. Then they say that if I show you visuals, if I show you things, as well as talking to you, your retention rate goes up to, what was that? 20%. Yes, thank you. Actually around 25%. Okay? So that's why I'm going to be showing you, going through slides, writing things on the flip chart as we go, so that you not only hear it, but you see it as well. Yeah? Does anyone want to have a guess at what would get it up to around about 55%? A YouTube video. Sorry? Doing it yourself is actually higher. It's actually sort of up there. But thank you. Great guess. Yeah? Discussions. Yeah? Discussions, activities, writing things down, That sort of stuff. Yeah, yeah. So would it be okay if I got you guys to share information with each other, write stuff down? Yep, yep. Say things out loud. Is that cool? Yep. Finish my. Yes, thank you. Awesome. And 85% is, what did you say? Doing it yourselves, doing the real thing. Doing the real thing, yeah? So I'm going to be running some activities where potentially I can help you guys do the real thing. So it's sort of like muscle memory. How many of you heard about muscle memory? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, to help create some behavioral changes. Now, what do you need more of as we go up this cone of learning? Participation, yes, thank you. Interaction, yes, thank you. What else? Yes, that works too. Yes, thank you. Focus, 100%. But all that relates to, you could summarize all of that in one word. What does that say? Energy, yes. The more energy you put in, the more you'll get out of this segment. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah, excellent. So I'm going to try something a bit goofy here, just to explain this point. Turn to the person next to you, give them a high five, and say, "You're awesome." Did energy go up or did energy go down? Did fun levels go up or fun levels go down? Up. So is it okay if I keep the energy levels up and the fun levels up as we go through this training today? Yes. Excellent. So thank you very much. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, let's get into it. Now, I guess before I do begin with this, I want to make something clear. Who here in the room has a business-to-business business? Like you deal with other businesses? Excellent. Yep. What sort of thing do you do? Australian Business Chamber, yes.
Mobile app development for small business.
Mobile app development, wonderful. Human resources, who else had their hand up? Commercial building, wonderful, excellent. All business to business, where you do business with other businesses. Who here is in a business to consumer model? Yeah, what sort of business are you in? Cleaning, yes. Skin clinic, wonderful. Yes, who else had their hand up? Yes. Residential builder, wonderful. Anyone else? Plumber? Excellent, thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, if you're a business to business, you don't have to, you can just use LinkedIn to target your end client. Yep, so you can actually use this to target your end customers and potentially use it to find strategic alliances. If you are a business to consumer model, there are two things that you'll need to do first. One is think about, can you package your services or your products to a corporate audience? Okay? So if you're a plumber, can you package your products or services and target, offices, for example? Yeah? That's one aspect of it. If I'm a personal trainer, yeah, can I package my personal training services for a corporate audience? That's one thing that you'll have to think about, okay? The other one, if you're a business to consumer, is strategic partnerships. Okay? So if you're a plumber or if you're a residential builder, can you align yourself with architects or other project managers and people like that can help bring you business or deliver leads to you? Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay? So business to business, you can jump straight in. Business to consumer, you'll need to package your services for a corporate audience and or look at strategic partnerships. Cool? Excellent. Now, when it comes to using LinkedIn to generate leads or business opportunities, it falls into 5 categories. It's like a 5-step system. How many steps? 5, thank you. The first one is foundation. So when we say a foundation, it's not the makeup you put on your face. It's we're talking more about like a building, the foundation of your social selling campaign. So much like a house, if you build it on weak foundations, what happens to the house? Falls down. Thank you. So your foundations for LinkedIn or marketing yourself on LinkedIn is about your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to set up your LinkedIn profile so that you're able to build upon that and generate some great results. The second phase is search. How to then search for your ideal prospects or ideal strategic partnerships. What's that step called? Search, thank you. The third is what? What does that say? Connect, yeah? Once you've found them, you now need to connect with them online. Because unless you're connected to them, you can't, there is no benefit. Okay? The next step is educate. Now this step is very important. This step is where I'm going to show you how to share information, and in the eyes of your ideal prospects or strategic partners, you become the Richard Branson of your industry. You become a thought leader. You become an expert in your chosen subject matter or your chosen industry. Who likes the sound of that? Excellent, thank you. And then, what's that say? Engage. Whose glasses are these? These, oh, yours, yeah. Engage. Engage is the end game. This is where we move the relationship from online to offline. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's move into the first foundational elements. What is the first thing you notice when my profile came up? Picture. Who said picture? Thank you, thank you. Picture is the most important. Your profile photo is the most important aspect. Why? People like to know who they're doing business with? Yes. Sorry, the other one? Put a face to the name? Yes, yes. They can make a first impression as well. But really, it's because it's the first thing that they notice. Yeah. Guys, this relates to your websites. Who has websites? Yeah? The first thing that people notice on your website is the most important thing about your website. Remember that, okay? That's where a lot of your attention and focus should go. And on the website, it's usually called what they call a hero image. Anyways, so your profile photo is the most important part of your LinkedIn profile, but this is the part that probably gets the least amount of attention. How many of you have seen profiles that have no pictures on them? Yeah, yeah. Or pictures that aren't even of the people, right? How many of you guys have those pictures? No one. That's awesome. All right, so the first step is to what? What does that say? Again, twice as loud. Update your profile photo, okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what your profile photo should look like. What I'd prefer to do is get you guys to tell me what a good profile photo is, yeah? So who likes playing games? Yeah, who likes having fun? Yes, turn to the person next to you and say, I like having fun. Excellent. We're going to play a game. I'm going to show you a series of photos. These are real photos, guys, real LinkedIn profile photos. And you're going to tell me, based on the photo, whether you would connect with this person or whether you would not connect with this person. Got it? Yep. Now, there are rules to this game. You are only allowed to look at the photo. You're not allowed to look at the other information in the shot. Is that good? Yep. Yeah? Okay. And also, it's your first impression. As soon as you see the photo, it's either a yes or a no, okay? If it's a maybe, it's a no. Everyone got it? Yeah. Excellent. You ready for the first photo? Yeah. Excellent. All right. First one, Basil. No. Based on Basil's photo, who would connect? No. Okay. Why not? No photo. Yes? So make sure you have a photo. It's a social media channel, okay? It's almost like an online dating site. Right? You wouldn't meet someone for a date if they didn't have a photo on there. If you do, you're a bit of a creep. I'm telling you that right now. You've got issues. Okay? No photo. Make sure you have a photo. Okay. Bang. Next one. Graham Jackson. Why the long face, Graham? How many of you would connect with Graham? No. Okay. Why not? Yell some out. Because he's a horse. And his name's not Mr. Ed, that's why. He's got a long face. It's also not a true representation of him, is it? Yeah?
Well, it's a forest retreat, so it's sort of,
Yes. Now, you bring up a good point. Fantastic. What was your name? Sue. Sue brings up a great point. It is somewhat related to what they do. Yes. But it only takes, now this is clinical scientific studies. This is clinical scientific studies. When someone comes to your website, right, how long do you think it takes them to make a first impression? Okay, let me take a step back. How long does it take to make a first impression of someone you meet face to face? Seconds. Yep. Like a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Very quick, right? How long do you think it is when it comes to your website or something online? Faster, yeah. 0.2 of a second. 0.2 of a second. So in 0.2 of a second, looking at this photo, I don't know he's a retreat. Yeah? Exactly. Yeah? And you broke the rules of the game. The other thing about your LinkedIn profile is that the job of your profile is to convert what percent? 100% of your connection requests. So if you ask someone to connect and they go to your profile, your profile's job is to convert 100% of those. If some of you would say yes and some of you would say no, is that 100%? No. Okay? So that's why this photo is not a good representation. But it's a wonderful question. Yeah?
so he should have been standing with the horse.
Potentially, yes. Okay, Janet. Based on Janet's photo, how many of you would connect? Yes, excellent. Would anyone not connect with Janet, by the way? No. Okay, so 100%. So it's a successful photo. What makes it successful, guys? Yell it out. She's smiling, yes. That's a key component. She's blonde. Okay. We got some personal preferences there. It's real, yes. It's a real photo. It's of her. What else? Anything else?
Natural?
Natural, yes. What about eye contact? Does that help? Yeah, eye contacts help, yeah. And also, take note of the distance she's away from the camera as well. You know, she's not too close that you can see up her nose, but then she's not too far away, like my photo in the lineup, that you can't even tell I'm Asian. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. Madonna. Based on Madonna's photo, how many of you will connect? No? No? Everyone would say no? Why? It's a selfie. Yes, yes. And she's not Korean. This is not allowed. Mm-hmm. It's inappropriate for this professional channel. Thank you. It's inappropriate for this professional channel. Plus, she's got something covering her eyes and things like that. Right? Okay. Okay. Based on Brenton's photo, how many of you would connect? Yeah, excellent. Anyone not? Connect? Okay. Yeah, wonderful. Yes, yeah, good point. Yes. Looks a bit shady. But see how all of, yeah, but see, everyone says that actually. But see how we can get so much from a picture, even though we don't know this person. We can make our impressions. But so color can be a factor. You know, people do prefer color over a black and white. Okay, Derek. Based on Derek's photo, how many of you would connect? Yeah. Anyone not connect with Derek? No? Excellent. So that's another great profile photo. Yeah. So tell me, what were some of the great qualities that you now need to have in your LinkedIn profile? Smile. Yes, thank you. Color. Doesn't matter. Yeah, but
That's still a really good photo.
it's still a good photo. Yeah. But I'm just saying how it could be better is color. Eye contact, yes. Distance, wonderful. Blonde. Photoshop, okay, Photoshop. So I can Photoshop my hair blonde. Yes, yes, definitely. What else? Quality of the pic. Yes, that's a great one. Sorry? No selfies. Yes. So appropriate. No cell. Is that how you spell it?
Like all of this stuff, like the smiling, the eye contact, the rest of that stuff is about creating that sense of personally you can engage with that person.
Bang. What was your name? Matt. Let's give Matt a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. Yes. It's all about portraying you as a person. You're not trying to be someone different. You know, you're actually trying to make a connection here through your image. Yes. What else?
Just my profile, I'm wearing a singlet. I'm a personal trainer.
Okay.
Would that be appropriate?
As a personal trainer, it is, but you got to remember that in 0.2 of a second, they don't know you're a personal trainer. So potentially, maybe just like a polo shirt or a collared shirt. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Talk about connection. Talk about connection. Although if I did that, they would not connect with me. That's especially with my sore nipples. Yes.
I think with a professional person, they've got to be dressed professionally.
Yes, yeah, attire. It is. You're 100% right. Attire. Yes. 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 Attire is another important aspect, yeah? And I always say, when people ask me, Jeff, what should I wear in the photo? What I recommend is that you wear what you would wear in front of them. Yeah? Remember, the idea of this is to build as much relevance from online to offline, yeah? So don't wear a hat in the photo if you wouldn't wear a hat when you meet with them face to face. If you're wearing a tie when you meet your first, for a prospect for the first time, then wear a tie in the photo. If not, then don't. Yeah. If you wear your work shirts, are they work shirts? Yeah. Wear a work shirt. Yeah. Because you want them when they meet you, they go, ah, yes, this is you. Yeah. How many of you? I won't put you in it, but how many of you heard stories on these dating sites, right? Where, I've got a lot of girlfriends that go on these dating sites, and they meet the person, and it's like, oh my God, the photo on the dating site is from them 20 years ago or something like that. Right? It's total mismatch. Yeah, and it just puts them off. So that's what I mean. Like you want to build relevance. Okay. The other thing.
So therefore it has to be current.
Current. Yes. Current. Okay. Does everyone have those points? Yeah, everyone remember those points? Okay. So look, and write this down. Progress is better than perfection. Progress is better than perfection. Meaning, for now, just take an iPhone photo of yourself, against a plain back wall or something that you can post up there. If you don't have a photo, or if your current photo doesn't embody these things. Okay, and then later on you can maybe improve it if you want to do so. But progress is better. Just get something on there. Don't think too much about it. Okay. The other thing is no distractions. Okay. One thing that wasn't mentioned is no distractions in the background. In the background or the foreground. Okay. So no hands on the face. No crazy things in the background. Something like this is nice, like blurred, but no other people. Sometimes I see on LinkedIn people like 2 people in there, and I'm like, who is who? Right? So yes, you know where I'm coming from. The other thing is use the whole size of the picture area. Yeah. So use the entire size of the picture area. Why? Because not everyone will view your profile there are other views. I'll show you later on, but there are other views like thumbnail views and things like that. So if you're only using a little bit of that, sometimes you'll see a photo that only uses a little bit of that space. When it becomes a thumbnail, it looks like a pixel. Yeah. So high five the person next to you and say, "Progress is better than perfection." Thank you. Okay. So, what's the next thing that you notice in the profile? So you've seen a photo. What's the next thing does your eye go to? Name. Excellent. Excellent. So name is definitely the second one, but you can't really change that, right? So what's after that? Title. Who said title? Give me a round of applause. 100% right. It is the title. Okay? Now, the mistake that most people make when using this headline or this title area, what do you think it is? No? That is a mistake, but it's not the most common one. It's not the most common one. Not enough information. You're on the right track. Not being specific enough. Yes, you're all on the right track. But what is it that they put in there? Their title. Their title. Thank you. It's their title. So they'll put in there general manager or CEO. Yeah. And the problem with that is that it's not very descriptive. I could say I'm the founder or I'm the managing director of SocialGen, but you would never know that I specialize in B2B social media lead generation, right? So this is obviously a shot of when I was at eWeb Marketing. So if I just said they're digital director of eWeb Marketing, it doesn't offer any value to who I'm connecting to, right? And remember, when people only have 0.2 of a second to make up their mind, you only have a short window to convey the value that you can offer them. So the next step is to, what does that say? Again, twice as loud. Thank you. Use keywords in your LinkedIn headline. Yeah? Now, who has seen LinkedIn profiles ranking in Google for industry search terms? Has anyone seen? No one seen LinkedIn profiles? Yeah? Social media channels and pages are becoming more and more popular in Google. Yeah? So it is possible for your LinkedIn profile to appear when someone types in skincare. Yeah? So these are things starting to happen. Yeah. And also remember that LinkedIn has its own search engine. So if you want to improve your chances of becoming found on Google or on LinkedIn, using keywords in your title, it's a key area where Google and LinkedIn pull information to rank your profile. So it's a very smart way to not only convey more value, but to also have your profile a lot more easily found. Does that sound good? Yeah? So when it comes to, yeah, we're not looking at the photo now, we're looking at the title. Here's a classic example, head of creative at Vodafone. What does Rob Morrison specialize in, guys, specifically? Tell me. You don't know. You know his role, that's great. And you know he's in creative, but there's so many different areas of creative. We have no idea what Rob is an outright expert in or specialist in. Okay? Here's another one. Nicholas Gray, general manager. Tell me, guys, what does Nicholas specialize in? Being general. Yeah? So it's difficult. These are the most common mistakes, and people don't realize why. How many of you have your title in your LinkedIn headline? Yeah. So use keywords. So I'm going to show you now. Based on these people, what does Jenny Shin specialize in? You tell me. Vitamin minerals. Perfect. Yep. What does Mike Sakar specialize in? Investment in super funds, passive income. Yeah. Can you see how that's a lot clearer? Can you see how that's a lot more descriptive? As soon as you see it, you don't have to read any other part of the profile. So, high five the person next to you and say, I use keywords in my title. All right. Now, it's important that there is a structure. How many of you would like to learn the structure of how to put your headline together? Yep. Only 6 people? Okay. More hands going up. Thank you. How many people would like to learn how to construct an optimized headline? Thank you. All right. The first rule is don't use any more than, what number is that? 3 keywords or key phrases. Okay? Don't use any more than 3 keywords or key phrases. Keep it nice and neat. If you use 1 is good, 2 is good, 3 is good. When you start to use 4, it gets a bit messy. Yep, and you can come across as being a bit spammy in your title. Who said before too much information in your headline? Thank you. That's it. You're 100% right. That's the thing that a lot of people do. So you don't want to bombard with people. You don't want to spell it out exactly your whole life story as soon as they read your title. You just want 3 simple keywords and key phrases. And I get people asking me, but Jeff, really, is it that important? Profile photo, title, is it really that important to optimize? Because people will inevitably read on if they're interested. And I say, yeah, but what about these views? What about thumbnail? When they only get your photo, your name, and your title. Directorate furtherance, these people, by the way, have had some training from me. Directorate furtherance, see how that one there is so much more less descriptive than some of the other ones. Yeah? So that's another reason, and here's another view. So not everyone will come across your profile in its entirety. You only have your photo and your name and the title. So that's why another reason why it's so important to have an optimized title with keywords and key phrases. Got it? Yeah. Excellent. So 3 keywords, key phrases. Now, the keywords should explain what you do. One of the keywords should explain what it is that you do. Yep. So potentially like anti-aging specialist or something like that, or skincare clinic or something. Yeah. It should explain what you do. Another keyword could also explain the benefits of what you do. Younger looking skin, healthier looking skin, or something like that. Yeah, one keyword could be an explanation of the benefits that you provide. Another keyword could be how you do it. How do you offer your skin treatments? Yeah, how do you offer it? Do you do like facials or masks? Yeah, and then like, is there a specific method that you use? Like, do you use creams or do you use masks or? Excellent, IPL technology could be another keyword. So you got a keyword of what you do, you got a keyword of how you do it, and you got a keyword that explains the end outcome. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's the ideal mix of keywords and key phrases that you can use. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to give you guys maybe 3 minutes. How many minutes? 3 minutes to write down a list of keywords, yeah, or key phrases. And what you're going to do within those 3 minutes is select the, thanks Steve, select the 3 keywords or the 3 key phrases that you are going to upload into your LinkedIn profile tonight. Does that make sense? Yep. All good? Okay. So 3 minutes. Actually, make it 2. I don't think it'll take that long. So 2 minutes. Write down a list of keywords, or you might even know the 3 that you're going to use straight away. Now, what I'd like you guys to do to improve the retention is just the people within your table. I want you to I'll give you another 2 minutes, and just have a discussion on what you learned in that segment about your profile photo and or your LinkedIn title, okay? So just a 2-minute discussion with the people on your desk. Your time starts now. Okay. Round of high fives, Thank you, partners. Thank you. Now, who would like to share their sexy new LinkedIn title? I want to hear some. I want to hear some. Yes. What's your name, sir? Rod Bryan. Let's give Rod a round of applause. Hit me.
Fostering networks and partnerships for businesses to increase sales, cash flow, and profit.
Wow. Do we like that? Yes. Is that descriptive? Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. Who else? That was great. Yes. What's your name? David. David. Let's see what you got, David.
Well, before I had a massive long title, but now I've got builder, renovations, and extensions.
Builder, renovations, and extensions. Wonderful. So that explains what you do very, very clearly. Who do you do it for?
Well, we do residential and slight commercial.
Excellent. So I think how you can improve that is add that extra bit on there so people know that you're residential and commercial. I would even go as far as saying commercial renovation specialist at the end of it or something like that, because it is a more of a corporate audience. Yeah. But did that explain clearly the services and the benefits provided? Yeah. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you. Let's give him a hand. Did that help? Yeah. Who else? One more. Yes. Your name?
So Claire Robert,
Claire? Yes, Claire. What have you got?
I changed my business name from KISS Events to High Vis Events because I had to stop the midnight phone calls asking for cost.
What? Are you serious? Wow. Yes. Justin, there's a business idea, all right?
I'm just adding expert publicist for your event, marketing support for event manager.
Wow. Yep. How did that sound? Yeah? Was that descriptive enough? Yeah? No?
Expert publicist for your event,
Yes.
marketing support, and event manager.
And event management. So it clearly states that she specializes in marketing events, yes?
Yes.
Yeah? Wonderful. Let's give her a round of applause. Oh, we got a sneaky one. Okay.
No, I just want to ask you a question.
Oh.
Is it better to focus on like keywords and what we do, or in some instances, like I don't know, builders in the room, would it be better to focus on selling the end benefit, the net gain, creating dream homes or something like that?
We've got a wonderful range of people. What do we think? Explain what he does? Or?
Because there's so many builders, they've got to more go to the niche part of their business.
Niche, yes.
I think it depends on who the end user is, who's going to be viewing the profile. As a customer, then it's a dream home. If it's like suppliers or other people, then it's other people.
More the commercial aspect. Yes. Any other feedback? Yes.
So one of my points is designing to structure your workspace.
Workspace. Yes, that's more specific. Yeah. Wonderful. Does that help?
Yeah, the only reason why I'm asking is like, yeah, okay, design and construct your workplace, but then is it better to throw a couple of words on at the end to sell the benefit? Like, designing and constructing a workspace that's more economical or efficient or faster or nicer or...
Yep. Do you have an example? Can you have, let's use the room of consensus. Can you read out a title that is just purely on the what you do side, and can you read out a title that explains more the end outcome?
We use roles, that fostering relationships to whatever it was, I don't remember now.
Fostering networks and partnerships to increase business, increase sales, cash flow, and profit.
See, now to me, that's a real benefit sell.
Yes.
As opposed to where at Bartercard we try to promote relationships or something. You know what I mean? And the promotion of relationships or whatever is what he does.
Yes.
It's that benefit that if I'm looking to connect with him, I'm going to look at and go, shit, that's what I want.
I think you've just answered your own question.
Right. But like a lot of people in the room are saying, this is what I do as a description. And it's like,
Well, it also depends on one of the comments made was it also depends on who your end audience is. Yeah, it also depends on who your end audience is. In here, I don't talk about a benefit. It's straight out the services that I provide. But to my end audience, that's they will read that and they'll understand what the benefits are.
and that's why I'm getting a bit lost, because it's like at the moment we're used to dealing with B2C.
Yes.
So I'm always about benefit.
Yes.
It's a B2B
Yep, yep. Just having this conversation with you, I think you answered your own question. I think you should go with the benefit side because it feels better for you. Yeah. Yes?
Jeff, early on you mentioned 3 keywords or phrases.
Yes.
And I think, well, maybe I just thought you were implying that you can have something about what you do.
Yes.
How you do it, why you do it.
Yes.
So the why you do it would be the benefit.
Or the benefit, yes, yes.
You had that hierarchy.
I did, yes.
And improve job satisfaction.
Yes.
Improve the ergonomic workspaces. So
100%. Yeah, that's why I say that string is ideal. But every industry is different. Every target audience is different. So it's what you feel works for you. But in terms of a global structure, what you do, how you do it, and the end benefit of it is ideal. Thank you. Yeah. Let's give these guys a hand. Thank you. Moving forward now, I've got another segment after this, don't I? Yep. So I'm just going to touch on this because we've only got about 5 minutes left. The next part of your LinkedIn profile that they're going to read, and this is the part where you can really start to communicate with them, okay, is what they call the background summary. What's it called? Background summary, yeah? It's the part here where you can now actually write a bit more copy or add more content onto your profile to engage your audience even further. Now, a lot of people don't even use this valuable real estate in their profile, and the mistake that most people make is it sounds like that. How many of you have read a LinkedIn profile that sounds just like a glorified online resume? Yeah? How many of you have a profile that sounds like that? It's a glorified online resume. Wonderful. Thank you for your honesty. Now, one thing that I've learned in sales or in marketing is that your customers or these prospects that you're connecting to, at least in the first instance, they don't care about you. What they care about is what you can do for them. Okay? Write that down. Your customers or your prospects do not care about you. They care about what you can do for them. Okay? So the whole purpose of your summary then, is it to talk about you or is it to talk about them? Tell me. Them. But why is it we're always like every LinkedIn profile we read talks about the person? That's not an effective marketing tool, people. Yeah? An effective marketing tool is something that addresses your target audience, addresses their pain points, addresses their desires. This is effective marketing. This is what's going to engage them. So this is why you need to get clear on who your ideal customer is. It's not about being everything to everyone. And I remember I said, LinkedIn is one channel of many. You still have your website, you still have your print media, you still have, this is just one channel. So you can use it to target one audience. And if you're going to spend your time meeting them or Skype calling them or having a phone call and engaging them offline, I would dare say you'd want to make them the heavyweight clients. The ones that are going to pay you the most amount of money, or the ones that you enjoy working with you the most, or the ones that you're going to have a longer term relationship with. Does that make sense? Yeah? Using this as my nipple chafing surfing experience, right? Justin here, took me out to North Wollongong Beach, lovely beach, and we first tried on these small waves, the little small cute baby waves, right? And I actually found that it was actually quite difficult to stand up on the board with these small waves, and my nipples were hurting, right? So then we sort of moved on to these, where the surfers are surfing, and these bigger waves were coming, out. And I was too new, and these bigger waves would scare me, and it would scare me to stand up on my board. But then there was these waves that were just right, that gave me enough speed, it gave me enough stability to stand up on the board and relieve my nipples for a bit. Yeah? That was my ideal wave. This is what it comes down to with your customers. Are you dealing with the customers that are just small and yeah? Or do you have customers where you're just out of your depth? You know, they're maybe a bit too big, or you know, you just don't enjoy working with them? Who is your sweet spot customer? Who is your nipple relieving wave? Yes? And target them.